sports. It's in the game.
S-T-R-O. Yeah.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright.
Yeah.
I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I'm made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up. Never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the wind. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze. Freeze. Stop you in your tracks. There's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you want?
It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Black 30. You never win. Let's go, baby. Jumper.
They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. Able to power through, brushing off defenders. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Check three. One day.
Roethlisberger will throw. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
80. Snicker. Hey, you're on the 9 over there. You're on the 9. 80 weapon.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Leonard Fournette with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go, set. Go 80. Red 80. Check. Slam. Go 80. Tight go. Check 50. Check. Fresno.
C.J. Anderson with it. Of course, a big part of the Rams' run to the Super Bowl last year. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Don't get nervous.
On 2nd down now, it's Anderson, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for first and 10. Darnold from the gun. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. 30, 10, 5. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Second and 6 at the 48-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. The give to Anderson here out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And just like that, it's third down. From the 50, it's Darnold. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. First and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. On second down, here's Fournette. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it's Chiefs football. First and 10.
At their own 28-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Second and 7 at the 31-yard line.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Chiefs, nothing.
3 buds.
On second down, Anderson looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play.
Check, 59,
Brings up
59.
third down and
Red
7.
80. Hey, Haywood. It's hot. It's hot.
Throwing here on third down. Darnold nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Pulled in at the 24. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. Now it's Roethlisberger. Looking deep for Hilton. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. T.Y. Hilton. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. McManus's point after is good. And that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big play there for KC, and even 40 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right, and he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Mike, check, 59.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Will Dissly, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
17 yards, 1st down, Vikings. The big play to start them out. Has them at the 45 already. They keep it with Fournette on 1st down. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown. Minnesota. Vincent Smith, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point from McManus is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Let's go, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. From the pistol, they run with Anderson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 34-yard line.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Darnold on 3rd down. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Now, a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Now Darnold, hard throw, incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Vikings. 3 first-half touchdown passes now for Ben Roethlisberger. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Darnold, but he gets it to C.J. Anderson. And we're going to get a timeout. With 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter, Darnold now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
Check 59. Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. Mike to 59. Come to my work. You know, red 80. Come to my work. Kill, kill, kill. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
A final shot before the break. Darnold, and he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room. Under pressure, they got him again. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Darnold. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now McManus for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
The score, Vikings 42, Chiefs 10. Brandon McManus set to kick off.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they gave up the pick 6. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this? And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Jamal Agnew. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Vikings! Leonard Fournette with his 13th touchdown of the year and second of the game as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. McManus's point after is good, and that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Throwing on second and long. Darnold. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Third and long, it's Darnold. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. Now it's Darnold. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. On first and 10, Darnold. He gets this one to Boyd. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage. 17 on the play. Darnold now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. Darnold now to throw. He completes it to Boyd. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. Second and 3. To throw is Darnold. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line.
Let's go, D. That's what I'm talking about, D. That's what I'm talking about.
From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Here's Roethlisberger. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jason Verrett, he'll get the sack as he provides the heat off the corner. Now Ben on 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete. The rookie from Washington, Taylor Rapp, there to knock that away.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike the 59. So we got man.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. This pass complete to Reynolds. Called out a very strong gain of 24. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46. We're back now in KC. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Back to throw, Darnold. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down. On 1st down, Darnold. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
To throw again on 2nd down, Darnold. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Call it a 3-yard gain, and they're going to have a 3rd down. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City 1st down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Darnold to throw again. And Anderson's got it. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Again, Darnold. That's going to be caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Here's Darnold, and he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. J.D. McKissick, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Chiefs gain a bit of respectability. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, Just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Vikings. Big Ben with his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point from McManus is good, and the lead will swell by one more. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. On first down, it's Darnold. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 17. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check 26, check 24. No spacing. Hey, orbit.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Being chased out left. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as run. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. How about Ben Roethlisberger, his 5th touchdown pass of the afternoon as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. McManus's point after is good, and that will extend this big lead.
Brandon McManus set to kick off.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 44 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Khalil Mack in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Now Leonard Fournette. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now it's Roethlisberger fighting to stay upright. Fights off the defender. And a big one. here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Going for the deep ball. This is caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Let's go. Let's do it.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Mark, 59, Mark. Check. 59, 80. Been a long day for you.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And it'll be a second and long. Following the penalty, Anderson. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace.
The tackle made at the 12-yard line.
Again, Anderson. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well,
pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Danielle Hunter. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a second and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. So this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running? And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now Darnold, throw left side complete. It's Boyd. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Minnesota, the train just keeps rolling 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.